Okay, welcome. This is Basic Sewing Supplies 10-part series. This is part 6, Special Tools. Okay, let's begin. Let's start with our... So what this is a chopstick, as you can see. I'm using this as my point turner. What it does is you have like your fabric inside out, and you pull it right side out, and then your edges are stuck on the inside of your fabric. So what you do is you take it and you push out your seams. Next is a magnetic pin holder. As you can see, all my pins here. Now if you have like pins that aren't made of metal or anything, they won't stick to this magnetic pin holder. So basically that holds your pins. Next is fray check. This prevents your liquid from unraveling. Your fabric from unraveling. So what you do is you take off the cap, and you go along the edge of your fabric. There's a, here I'll show you. There's a groove right here, as you can see. Oops. That you go through your fabric. Alright, I showed you this in my cutting tool supplies. But basically, it's the cutting mat. Okay, so this is your cutting mat. It's made from a special material. When you cut on it, it heals itself. It has diagonal lines, and it's across. It's 17 inches, and then going down it's 23 inches. I know there's cutting mats with like a ruler on them, but I particularly use this white cardboard. What it is those cardboards, that you put like your presentation on. So if you get 2 of these, or 1 of them, you can cut out on it. Okay, that's what I use to cut fabric on, or I use the cutting mat. There are some other tools that are on this list, but I don't have, so I'll tell you what those are in a second. Want to know what a real point turner looks like? It looks like this little letter opener type thing. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but this picture right here is the loop turner. It's specially designed with a latch hook at one end to grasp bias tubing or cording and turn it to the right side. It is quicker and easier than attaching a safety pin to one end and working the pin through because the wire is so fine. It can cause for narrow tubing and button loops. Alright, the next one in my book right here, this little device right here, it's called a bobkin. It threads ribbon, elastic, or cord through a casing without twisting. Sometimes bobkins have an eye through which ribbon or elastic is threaded. Others have a tweezer or safety pin closure that grasps the elastic. The bobkin above has a ring that slides to tighten the prongs of the bobkin. Alright, and then this picture here is a buttonhole cutter. It makes precision cuts down the center of buttonholes. It comes with a wooden block to place under the fabric to prevent your work surface from getting ruined. The blade is very sharp. A buttonhole cutter is more accurate than scissors or a seam ripper and less likely to cut the stitches. Alright, and then this picture here, this is a Paperback Fusible Web. It's a solid rolls, various narrow widths, and it's time-saving product used for hiring two pieces of fabric together. A protective paper backing is removed from one side of the other side has been heated fused to the fabric. So basically it's saying that you can glue your hem together. And then the next one is this right here, which are weights. They hold your pattern in place, so you don't have to pin. It also protects your fabric from the pins. You can use them on smaller patterns. You can also use cans as weights too. Let's see, another one that I don't have is this one right here, and that is a needle gripper. It locks the needle in place. Instead, when you're sewing, you don't have to use your hands and really pull it. You can use tweezers for that. And then there's glue, which looks like this in the picture. That is suitable for basting, holding fabric, leather, vinyl, felt, trims, and patch pockets, and zippers in place for permanent stitching. Use it for craft work as well. General sewing. Glue stick is water soluble, so it's only temporary bond. Liquid glue can be dotted, and seam allowances hold layers of fabric together. And then there's one more called a basting tape. It's right here. Says it's durable force adhesive tape that emulates pinning, threading, or using a leather and vinyl as well. Fabric. The tape is especially helpful for matching stripes, plaids, applying zippers, and posting pockets and trims. Do not machine stitch through the tape because the adhesive may follow your machine needle. Okay, that's it for this week. Next week is thread. I'm going to talk about all kinds of thread. Okay, join me for next week. Like, subscribe, comment, do anything you like. Okay, bye-bye.